Blog Talk Radio.
Check out the full episode of this on Mentellect Patreon.
In the name of Amen, the Supreme, the All-Powerful, the one and only true Lord, and Amen we trust, as the Republic of Mentellect, the real 144,000 is being gathered in this day and time, the Mentalists, the Amen race, the Bright race. Good evening, I'm your host, the intellectual new Lim Kari. This is Mentellect Radio, and tonight we're going to be discussing the revolution of mankind, from savage to gentleman. Who am I talking about? The human race. The human race have gone from savages to what appears to be gentlemen. They've become more hospitable, or so it appears. We need to understand what were they shaping themselves in the image of? What are they shaping themselves in the image of? And you understanding what they're trying to shape themselves in the image of. You know, like I said before the other day, I said you have to have a trajectory of motion or movement or destination you go into. If you're saying that you're starting as an evolution to something, as you say you're starting as an evolution to something, that means, or if you're evolving towards something, you have to have something at the other end of the spectrum for you to evolve toward. You can't say you come from monkeys. And I've seen this. I'm gonna share this. You know, this whole thing where the white man tries to make everybody. You know, he got all different kinds of monkeys now. If you check out the Darwin thing, they done took it a step further. They got all kinds of different races of monkeys. You know, they even got. I got to show find this picture again. They had this person that's supposed to be a black monkey. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the whole homo race. Because they said everybody came from monkeys, and now it's different races of monkeys. But I'm noticing all the monkeys tend to look bronze-looking, so-called black people, and maybe a few. Then they're trying to basically push out the whole monkey thing. When it comes to the white man, they just gonna make him a Neanderthal, but they'll make the black people monkeys. So they're trying to slide away from the whole monkey thing. What is the revolution of mankind from savage to gentleman? That's pretty much them looking at our people, coming from where they came from as we created them, and they were your first ape-like people, like the white man said, the ape-like people, and standing up straight, and doing all this. That was all the experiments that, you know, that was the concoction that came out. They found all the early concoctions, early manifestations that came out in that experiment. You know, all of that Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon man, the ape, so-called black people had nothing to do with that. They were not part of that evolution. We did not go through no evolution from monkey to man. We didn't. All the humans did. We didn't. Right? Who made this evolution? The Amen did. The Amen started this evolution. Well, they started the evolution in us, but they created the evolution in the humans. I had to correct that. I meant to say who made this revolution. The Amen. It's meant to be evolution. Who made this revolution? The Amen made this revolution and put the humans on a time scale to evolve and to grow, or to revolve toward their, until they would run out. Let me say it this way: they would put on a time frame in which they would basically revolve, basically go through that cycle of life before the mitochondria DNA would start to run out. Okay, and they realized that that's why they're getting regenerated with it right now. Why was it necessary to give the humans life so that they could work? Is this a form of evolution? Somewhat. But it's a limited form of evolution. Let me put revolution is a limited form of evolution. You see, what will this lead to in the future? The rebirth of the human race is the grace, and then eventually the death of the human race. For the complete broadcast, you'll have to go to Mentellect Patreon. Go to Mentellect Patreon for this complete broadcast, because it will not, I guarantee you, it will not be on YouTube. Subscribe to Mentellect Patreon and join the Mesoamerican community.
It's the Republic of Mentellect, rising out the black race to the white race, out the black race to the white race. It's the Republic of Mentellect, black race to the white race. If it's hell, then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us flag. Colors red, gold, and blue. Superman, Superwoman, that's me and you. The infinite capabilities